second season as Giants head coach. Rams won the toss, elected to defer. So the Giants will start at the 25 at 1-6. Start from their 25-yard line. Orleans Darkwa takes the handoff from Eli Manning. Darkwa gaining 5. Sterling Shepard has returned after missing 2 games. This is Darkwa. He will pick up the first down and more across midfield. Orleans Darkwa to the Rams 45, a gain of 29 yards. From the Rams 46. Manning dumps it off. Tight end Evan Ingram, the intended receiver. Rams 46. This is Darkwa. Darkwa to the Rams 40-yard line. It's Mark Barron, a former teammate of yours in Tampa. Movement prior to the snap.
False start, offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
Third down at 9. Giants must get to the 36 for a first down. Ball comes loose on the sack by Aaron Donald. Rams recover. Rams start from the 48 as Goff hands it off to Todd Gurley into Giants territory and still going. Gurley is inside the 20. Finally forced out of bounds by Darian Thompson. It's Gurley again, inside the 10. Tackled at the 7-yard line.
Run, start this football game.
36 and then 9 yards from Gurley. This is Gurley again, cuts to the outside and a nice tackle. Made by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie.
See if the crowd gets into it.
Third down and 2. Goff looking to throw for the first time. To the end zone for a Rams touchdown. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee.
Just working across the formation and almost goes down there. But look, see the double crisscross, trying to get some space inside there. And Jared Goff just does enough, buys enough time. Nice quick delivery, touchdown Rams.
Greg Zuerlein leading the NFL in scoring. Connects on the extra point.
I don't know. This Giants defense got a lot to prove still with some players missing.
Here's Vereen on the return. Shane Vereen out across the 30 to the 34-yard line.
Great talent, and Eli and them know that he's got to be the guy that powers this offense.
With 3 tight ends on the field, Manning hands it off to Darkwa.
Sullivan can really manage his entire football team.
On second and 5, catch is made by Roger Lewis Jr. And he's tackled at the 41-yard line. On third down and 1. Nice push, and Darkwa picks up a Giants first down. Play clock is winding down. They already used the timeout. First and 10 from the 44. This is Darkwa. And there's certainly been a change in philosophy.
Almost delay a game, timeout taken in that first drive.
Second down and 5. Manning looking to throw. Downfield intended for Roger Lewis Jr. It's John Johnson, the rookie out of Boston College. 5. Vereen in the backfield. Manning throws up third down, complete to Sterling Shepard for the Giants first down to the Rams 37. Formation to the right, first and 10, 38-yard line. It's Darkwa. Darkwa up the middle for a gain of 2. Play clock again, down to 1. Second down and 8. Giants get the snap away as Darkwa is bottled up by Tyrone Walker.
Up now, a third and long for the Giants offense.
Nice play of the drive, third down and 9. Manning to the outside for a first down as the catch is made at the 23-yard line by Tavares King. King, former Bronco and Tampa Bay Buck, his third catch of the season. As Manning swings it out, incomplete. He was looking for Wayne Gallman out of the backfield. Second down and 10. Manning over the top. And Ingram takes it all the way down to the Rams 10 for another Giants first down. Giants with 2 tight ends. The handoff to Gallman. And he's met immediately by Ogletree, keeping an explosive Rams offense off the field. It's the 13th play of the drive on 2nd and goal. Manning throws, and the catch is made at the 5-yard line by Sterling Shepard up to the left of Manning. Manning on 3rd down, looking end zone, he throws, touchdown! Tavares King!
Kind of undresses the defense. He knows what he has over here, and he's certain that he has man-to-man up top. There's just a little miscommunication between John Johnson in the corner. Tavares King's wide open. Nice throw. Good way to respond.
Board in the postseason in Green Bay on a pass from Eli Manning last January. Only the second first quarter touchdown scored by the Giants this season. And right
Up, see if they get it going here.
the toss to Tavon Austin. And Austin is out to the 28-yard line.
Dial them out after 2 games like a lot of people did is just crazy.
Max Harrison makes the tackle. Second straight carry by Tavon Austin, and now a late flag.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness defense, number 21, 15 yards, first down.
That's on Landon Collins. Dominic Grandes-Comani suspended a couple of weeks ago from the 43-yard line. On first down, it's the tight end Derek Carrier.
I think that goes a long way trying to build a foundation of your team.
Second down and 6 as Goff fires downfield through the arms of Sammy Watkins. Third down and 6 as Goff throws, and it's caught inside the 15, inside the 10 by the tight end Gerald Everett, the rookie out of South Alabama, second-round draft pick.
That wasn't even trying.
Tight ends have all 3 receptions for the Rams today, and now a flag comes in.
It's offense.
Holding, offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, repeat first down.
Now Austin comes in motion the other way as Goff hands it off to Gurley. Not much. Dalvin Tomlinson, who drew that penalty on the previous play, along with Rams do not have to run a play, but they will as Goff swings it out, and then the flip to Austin from Cooper Kupp from the Giants' 9-yard line in a 7-7 game. Goff looking, now he throws back in the end zone off the hands of Cooper Kupp. For Zuerlein, the NFC Special Teams Player of the Month in October. He connects from 27.
Run game. See what Eli Manning and the play caller Mike Sullivan come out with here on this drive.
Absolutely. Giants start from the 25. It's Gallman up the middle. Still on his feet. Wayne Gallman picks up a first down out to the 39. A 15-yard run. From the 39-yard line on the toss, it's Gallman up the middle. Wayne Gallman out to the 46. He gained 7 more as lined up to Manning's left. Gallman again. He has a Giants first down across midfield to the Rams 48. On no birthday, the game in Tampa. He scored his first NFL touchdown. Here's Gallman again, and this time he's forced back by Ogletree. Ball comes out. Rams have recovered. Second Giants turnover.
Shoots the gap, gets into the run game, and he's just fighting for the ball. You got a runner held up. You know you're going to have some bodies hat to the party. And he's just ripping at this football. Slick, it's wet, it's coming down now a lot.
From midfield, Goff handing it off to Gurley. And Gurley gains 2 to the Giants.
Scrimmage, never do they huddle.
Off the fake to Gurley. Goff throws wide open, it's Kupp. First 90, but they already had Phil Simms and Jeff Hostetler. And they won the Super Bowl that year. Here's Gurley. Inside the 20, a flag. Gurley forced out of bounds at the 15-yard line. His dad played
Pass
1 game.
offense, number 18. Blocking downfield. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
So it's on Kupp.
Todd Gurley, the game plan going forward.
First down at 20 following the penalty. It's Gurley. Not much. This is exciting. We'll set up the screen to Gurley. And Gurley's time on the 31. A couple of flags. Jay Bromley brought him down. 2 penalty markers.
Because of that.
Personal foul, chop block by the offense. Number 76, number 65, 15-yard penalty of the dead ball spot. Keep second down.
Down at 34. This is Gurley. Curtis Grant brings him down at the 48. Short pass to Woods. And Robert Woods takes it inside the 30 to 20. On third down at 33, the Rams capitalize a 52-yard catch and run. Woods with the Los Angeles touchdown.
One said they have 7 DBs on the grass. Well, some of these athletes got to come make a tackle. Landon Collins, you're coming out of the hole. You only have 1 shot to make the right angle to get there. He overruns it, and Robert Woods goes 33 yards for past the first down and a touchdown. Just crazy.
Rodney, I think you were the only DB in the building not on the field for the Giants.
3. This team's amazing. Sean McVay's got his guys humming.
Just as they drew it up. So those takeaways into 14 points as Manning goes deep for Shepard. Too far. Second and 10. On the delay, it's Darkwa. Darkwa out to the 28, gain of 3. As we keep trying the broadcast booth, third down and 7 on the screen. It is Vereen, but he will be stopped 5 yards shy.
Has the matchup that he wants, but they're actually playing zone and come right in and make a tackle on that screen.
First part of the game on either side. This is Pharoh Cooper. There is a flag. Cooper down the sideline, and he's wrapped up, forced out of bounds by the punter, Brad Wing.
During the return, holding by the receiving team, number 32. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Rams keep the ball, first down.
It's unique. You bring in veterans, they offer stuff like that.
His 12th year in the league, he's been to 3 Pro Bowls. As that pass was caught by Woods.
McVay really convinced him this was the place for him.
Off the play fake to Gurley on 2nd and 6. Goff fires downfield. It's Sammy Watkins. Touchdown Rams. 67 yards.
Just complete disarray in the secondary. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie here and Landon Collins. 2 guys, veteran guys, really talented guys, get completely turned around. DRC's looking at the routes coming from the other side. Landon Collins is late to cover up through the middle of the field. They were in Third's defense, Kenny. He should have been in the middle of the field.
3rd touchdown of the season for Watkins. Zerline the extra point. Goff with 3 touchdowns.
Not able to get to proper technique, whatever you want to call it. Fastest guy on the Rams team screaming by you, touchdown Rams, and that's completely opposite situations than we got now.
Manning's pass caught out at the 39-yard line.
Worked it off back in the huddle.
Without Justin Pugh, placed center Preston Richburg on IR.
Points scored on average in the league.
Right, only the Texans have scored more. This is Darkwa. He's tackled by Barron. We're down at 2. Catch is made by Evan Engram. He picks up a first down and more. Finally wrestled out of bounds by Johnson at the Rams 32. Second catch today. From the 32, it's Darkwa. And most of the Giants we spoke to, players and coaches, they said, look, we didn't play as well as we
2 weeks, and now they've won 5 in a row and beating up on Tampa today. There's no reason to give up on a season just because of some early miscues.
Shepard unable to make the catch, and then it was nearly picked off. Giants must get to the 22 for a first down. Manning gets rid of it. Again, Shepard, the antenna receiver, unable to make the catch. There is a flag.
There was no foul for holding in the play. The runner went, the defender went down, he was pushed down. No foul.
This will be a 50-yard attempt. His season long is 51 from the right hash. The kick is good. Plays, Rodney, they've scored 24 points. A couple of big touchdowns. 52 yards, 67 yards. Rams will start from their 25. First and 10, 25-yard line. It's Gurley trying to turn the corner. He was brought down by Landon Collins.
Giants giving it up today to 2 second-year quarterbacks.
Wentz and Goff, first 2 kicks last year. That pass was deflected. Intended for Gurley.
Your running back tried to do it there, but missed.
Right, it was Avery Moss who got a hand on the pass from Goff. Now Goff fires, and there is a flag. That was intended for Woods. Ross Cockrell defending, and 2 penalty markers were thrown.
Deep developing route. The ball's on town. He's definitely there early.
Defense, number 37. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
That's on Cockrell.
Playing inside, but he has done pretty well in there.
Play action, and that pass sails away from the intended receiver, the rookie out of Texas A&M. Goff on second down, under pressure, he escapes, and now he throws. He was looking for Kupp. Goff 0 for 3 on this drive. Third down and 10. And he's now 0 for 4 on the drive as that glances off the hands of the tight end, Gerald Everett. It's 10 points. 2 turnovers. Good job by Johnny Hekker off that errant snap. Fair catch is called for by Ed Egan.
More pleased with his progression.
Eli would win a Super Bowl in his 4th season. Manning over the middle. Roby Coleman defending, no flags.
I feel like they're so far behind the 8 ball with the Rams getting the ball at the half.
They trailed by 17 earlier as Ingram could not catch up to it.
See if Eli Manning can keep this drive going.
Giants must get to the 24 for a first down, and it is picked off by Tremaine Johnson. That is the 3rd Giants turnover.
Watch his technique. Watch Tremaine Johnson's technique here. Is he playing 2? Is he playing 2-man? I'm not even sure what that defense is, but he had 2 high safeties. He knew he didn't have to get down the field in coverage.
And as we mentioned, they get the ball first in the second half. This is Tavon Austin. Spins away from Landon Collins. But they have all 3 of their timeouts. Second down and 8 from the Giants' 28-yard line as Jason Pierre-Paul brings down Todd Gurley. Rams must get to the 20 for a first down. On 3rd and 8, Goff throws, and it's off the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. Zuerlein hit from 27 earlier from the right hash. Zuerlein's kick is good. By the way, Sean McVay enjoyed his visit to our Fox studio last week.
Yeah.
And the Rams had the bye, spent some time with Kurt and the gang.
He's a very energetic guy. To deliver a message to a whole team, that's pretty impressive.
On the 25, this is Vereen. Vereen out of bounds at the 30. Second down and 6. Off the hand of Evan Ingram. Down at 6. Giants must get to the 35. And they do. It's Ingram into Rams territory for a Giants first down.
I trust his young receiver. Throws it at the back of the helmet. Big play.
Ingram gained 26. Manning dumps it off to Vereen. And Shane Vereen is down at the 37-yard line.
Holy cow, college football is much like the NFL right now. You never know what you're getting.
Heading down to the wire on 2nd and 2. Shepard picks up the first down. Down to 20 seconds remaining. Ingram unable to hang on to that one. 18 seconds on the clock. Second down and 10. Manning in trouble, hit by Aaron Donald. Manning recovers. Donald with the sack, forced fumble earlier. And now there's a late flag.
Holding. Defense, number 26. A 5-yard penalty enforced in the previous spot with an automatic first down.
Mark Barron. from the Rams 27. Three receiver set. As Manning fires to the end zone, too far for Tavares King, who scored a touchdown earlier. 9 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 10. Eli takes another shot for King. From the left hash, placed down by Brad Wing. And the kick is wide to the right, no good. 27 in the first half, 3 touchdown passes for Jared Goff. Rams will get the ball first, and they will start from their 25-yard line.
The road, and they come in here and put that first half performance together. Very impressive.
Here's Gurley on first down for a game of 4 to the field. Christina board following Giants turnovers. On second down, Gurley.
You know, Kenny,
Opening possession of the second half for Los Angeles. Goff with time. Catch is made for a first down by Robert Woods, who scored one of the
efficiency in that first half. He loved the takeaways, but said they have to show up in the second half.
And here's Goff moving to his right. Goff throws. Wide open is Cooper Kupp. He's tackled inside the 25-yard line of the Giants. Empty backfield for the Rams. Austin slot to the right. Now motions into the backfield. Takes the toss from Goff. Austin inside the 15, the 10. And finally brought down just shy of the goal line. 21 yards for Tavon Austin.
The eye takes the pitch there, does the rest of it on his own, gets down inside the 1.
Gurley is stopped short. On second down, it's Gurley. Fights his way to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Rams.
His legs never stop moving. Great determination. See Munson hit him there. Thompson, he just keeps going. Puts his hand down.
Rams lead 34-10. Early third quarter. Giants in danger of dropping to 1-7 for the first time since 1980. This is Shane Vereen on the return.
Logging all these miles and are just beating up on the Giants today.
On the toss, it's Darkwa. Rams have already won more games than all of last year.
They're bored. That's what it is with this football team.
Manning on 2nd and 9, deflected, and then it drops. 3rd and 9 coming up.
But when they're on rhythm, they're not only going to win, they're going to win big.
They've already won 2 games by at least 33 points this season as Shepard picks up a first down. The day before, Ole Miss beat Alabama. Evan Engram forced out of bounds. There's a penalty marker.
Pass interference, offense number 87. There was a pick. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
That's on Sterling Shepard. Giants beat the Rams in London last year, 17-10. In their most recent matchup. First down and 20. This is Red Ellison, who became a father this week for the first time. Giants tight end.
Football game. Show some people in the stadium the Giants could be.
Batting down. Back at the 18-yard line. Off the pressure from Connor Barwin.
Told us a couple weeks ago we had him. He's happy to be back in this 3-4 Wade Phillips defense because he can chase the quarterback.
3rd down at 22. That pass could not be handled by Ed Egan as the
in the football has to play DN. They still kind of use him like a 3 technique. He's made it adaptive and made it easy for these guys to adjust, and they're playing well this season.
There's Farrell Cooper, does a 360. Stays in bounds across midfield and is finally tackled. And they've scored 34 points. Goff's pass nearly picked off. Darian Thompson.
They calling plays here.
On second down, off the play fake to Gurley. Goff connects with Gurley, and he has a Rams first down and more. Inside the 15, the 10, still going. Reaches across. And he was ruled down inside the 1.
In space, fast, breaks tackles.
And now Gurley is stopped after he went for 44 yards. Player of the month in September. Has a touchdown today. Goff gets rid of it, and so touchdown! Second of the game for Robert Woods. Goff just able to get rid of it with Avery Moss about to take him down.
Tell me who's supposed to be covering Robert Woods here. Yes, there's play action. There's no way you could be that wide open in the NFL. He comes open, wide open in front of Jared Goff, has to let it go. Easy throw, easy catch, touchdown Rams.
46 against the Colts, 41 in San Francisco, 41 today with 6.5 remaining in the third quarter.
Simple. They are in the can't get right mode right now, and it's just not a good look.
With the Rams leading by 31, paraphrase, he said, blame it on me, I put this roster together. Talked about the injuries, some of the disciplinary measures.
Some of these guys, and it's inexplicable, really, Kenny. You don't want an excuse. You don't want the injuries to be the excuse. They just cannot get right, and it's
third down and 1. And that pass could not be handled by Shane Vereen. Giants go 3 and out. Brad Wing waiting back at his 20-yard line. And the punt is blocked. Wing's punt was blocked by Corey Littleton.
This is just an effort play. See, Littleton swims the guard, gets on the punt, blocks it. It's every single game they do something special, whether it's Pharoh Cooper as a returner, Littleton with the block punt earlier in the year led to a touchdown, and just piling it on these New York Giants.
Lost to the Ravens. Is that Jim? And now the Rams, who have already scored on 7 of their 8 possessions, down to the 5-yard line is Gerald Everett. First to goal from the 5, it's Gurley. Down to the 3-yard line.
You're the Giant.
You know that every play shows up on film.
Exactly.
From an individual player standpoint, Gurley, touchdown. His second in this third quarter. They've scored on 8 of their 9 possessions today. Zuerlein, the extra point. Seasons as Giants head coach, finished with a record of 14 and 23. Very proud of his grandson, Sean.
His Rams are doing their duty here and really showing what type of football team they are. But like you said, Kenny, a lot of questions to be answered here in New York. They come on the road, really 5 straight road games, and continue to show some dominance. But it's sign up for 16 games at the beginning of the season, Kenny. That's all I know.
Third down and 1, and the Rams defense. Cooper is back deep. Cooper will let it roll into the end zone. All the way back to 1989.
Great job over there figuring that out, Dave.
Dave Corris, Ben Bowler, and our stats crew. This is Malcolm Brown. They led 27-10 at halftime. On third down and 8, this is Pharoh Cooper. And Cooper is out across the 30, picks up a Rams first down.
It is, but he just has a way of speaking their language, and it's resonating big time with them. You see it in the results of his football team, and give him credit, because
on second and 10, this is Brown. And he's out to the 39-yard line.
last year in LA.
Doug Peterson's Eagles leading the Broncos today 44-9 as they will raise their record to 8-1.
Obviously had those influences and is a polished guy.
He was the Georgia Offensive Player of the Year.
Number 36, 5-yard penalty, it's 4th down.
Great assistant coaches. He told us yesterday I have some tremendous veteran leaders on my staff. They've been through stuff that I have not been through. And he leans on
Sean McVay's Sean McVay's about 5'8". If that.
Right. Here's Gallman. Wayne Gallman gains 2 out to the 30. Out at 8. Ellison shifts.
118.
Off the fake to Gallman. Manning's pass is caught by Ellison for a Giants first down.
It's like the Giants defense really carried their football team last year, just getting taken to task by a second-year quarterback, much like Cup.
Again, it's Gallman. Third down and 2 upcoming.
A lot of still work on your craft.
Manning on 3rd and 1. Nice catch. Sterling Shepard. First and goal for the Giants. To the end zone. Evan Ingram. Touchdown. Wow.
Wow. Matchup you like. Your best athlete. Give him a chance to make a big play. Great catch. Goes over top. Gets the foot inbounds. Touchdown. Don't ask, where's that been all day?
Ingram with a touchdown in 3 straight games. Rosas, the extra point on that drive. 2 Mannings among the 7 on that list. Rams will start from their 25 with a 48-17 lead.
Similar skill set to Jared Goff as a thrower.
So Sean Mannion in the game. He hands it off to Malcolm Brown. Mannion in his 3rd season out of Oregon State.
Buy into him. He's going to be a very good player.
Mannion hands it off to Brown once again. And Brown will pick up a first down. Knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
You never know when guys like Malcolm Brown are going to be needed.
Here's Brown again across midfield, spins, and picks up another Rams first down.
Minnesota, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Seattle, and they got some tough games on their docket. See if they'll be able to play this way going forward.
Second down and 5 for Sean Mannion and the Rams. Again, it's Malcolm Brown, unable to turn the corner. Knocked out of bounds. Rams 52, Giants 37. Tavon Austin. Austin will spin inside the 35. Down to the 32, picks up another first down. Career high 4 TD passes for the second-year quarterback, Jared Goff. This is Brown up the middle. Inside the 30.
Week out. I know it's a week-to-week league nowadays, and parity is what it is, but hard to say who's going to be there at the end. By the way, goes from Arizona to Jacksonville. Looks like a defensive player of the year kind of candidate.
Austin wrapped up by Tomlinson.
These are through the uprights. Got here on this 42-yard attempt. Drills it. 47, sorry, I can't add. 2 young second-year quarterbacks hitting wits against each other.
If this score holds, it will be the Rams' 3rd win this season by at least 33 points.
Impressive, Kenny. Being able to do what they did, travel to London, come back, bye week, stay focused, proved it themselves that
Bryant started 30 games for the Jets over the last 4 seasons. That pass was deflected and then falls incomplete.
Like Matt Longacre leads his team in sacks. Well, he doesn't anymore after today, but
Cooper fields it out to 22. Darrell Cooper Out to the 35-yard line before he's taken out of bounds.
It's a team you must tune in TV for.
We hit the 2-minute warning. Sean McVay's Rams. Technical Director Kyle Collins. Dave Corris, our statistician, crunching the numbers along with Ricky Camps. Ed Boma, our spotter. Malcolm Brown, the carry, down to Christina.
A lot of young guys on this team. Second youngest team in football. To be able to handle that speaks volumes, not only to them, but to the guys leading them, the coaching staff, and the few veterans that they do have on this football team.
Oh, an excellent job by Tiki.
You know, what is the outside force or inside force that's going to galvanize them to finish this season the way that they want to? And I don't know, the story of the day is all about LA, though. They are a fun team to watch. Dominating performance here in the Meadowlands.
Sean McVay and the Rams victorious.